Good afternoon. This is Mike Port. I'm the superintendent of schools at Bentonville, but I'm a really proud superintendent today. I'm out at Central Park Elementary. I'm with some very special guests that have joined me. I have Megan Brown, who's to my left, who is in third grade. I have the principal of Central Park, Ms. Freeman, and then I have one of our fourth grade teachers, Ms. White, who's here to join me today to discuss something that just is really fantastic that happened. That our Central Park Elementary was named a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence. Ms. Freeman, when you found out that you were going to be a Blue Ribbon School of Excellence, that you knew for certain that that was going to be the case, tell me a little bit about your emotions.
Well, I have to admit, I was on the phone with you trying to finish up bus duty, and I started yelling, started screaming. You're so excited. It's just a huge honor for my staff, and we're very excited.
I think that the thing when you think of your staff, this isn't just last year.
Right.
To win this award, it takes multiple years. Can you explain that a little bit to the folks that are watching this?
It actually spans over the last 5 years. So truly, even the freshmen in high school had a part to do with us becoming a Blue Ribbon School.
And you think of all the teachers and the parents, it's kind of enormous in terms of how this all comes to be to create that level of excellence. The final question I have, at least right now for you, is that there's kind of almost two different ways, generically speaking, to achieve this award. One is that you start off kind of in a bad way and your performance is at a low end and then you shoot upwards. And the second is really the path at Central Park, which is maintaining excellence year after year and still growing.
Right.
So the challenge of that as a principal of why do you think you've been able to maintain this level of excellence for so long?
Well, that's an easy question. That has to do with our administration, our staff, our parents, our students, because they all play a vital role in that. I mean, when we started Central Park 9 years ago, Dr. Havener set the foundation of excellence for us in what he expected, and we expected nothing less than that. Our parents have very high expectations. Our students strive to do the best that they can do. It doesn't matter that we're a blue ribbon, we're thrilled we are, but that expectation will never change. That's who we are, that's just how we roll around here.
That's how we roll. Ms. White, you've been rolling here at Central Park for a number of years. How long have you been?
5 years.
5 years on the staff. So
Just happens to be 5 years.
right on the designation of when you started to keep track of how this blue ribbon came. Have you always taught fourth grade
At this school,
at
yes.
this school? And when you think about it in terms of a teacher, when you first heard this, because I know she got on the announcements and told you a special meeting. Can you tell us a little about what happened?
She scared us. We were scared because we didn't know. She just said we had a called meeting quickly. And so we got in there and we never know what she's going to say to us. Sometimes it's sickness and sometimes it's good news and sometimes it's bad news. So we were all on edge. Thinking in the back of our mind, it's about time that if we are going to make it,
This would be it.
this would be better than bad news. This would be wonderful. And so that's what it ended up. We were a little nervous.
How'd you feel just yourself, and then how did the rest of the staff react?
Oh, well, we were ecstatic. We work very hard. So anytime we can get a pat on the back, it means a lot to us. It means a lot to us.
Well, and this pat on the back comes from the federal government who works
Right.
with the state.
A national award.
And so, it's a national award, and again, only 19 have ever been given out in the state. Bentonville School District has 3 of those, so I'm pretty excited about that. When you look at it from a teacher perspective of maintaining this level of excellence, what does this staff do that kind of, you've heard about high expectations from Ms. Freeman. What else do you think has really been a key to your success to maintain this high level of academic
It is like she
performance?
said. We do have parents that have high expectations. We work very hard. Our kids work very hard. Our teachers are here early. They're here late. They're here on the weekend. We do what it takes for our kids to achieve.
Yeah, I know that to be a fact. Both Mr. Haber and Ms. Freeman have said that this is a staff that's ready to put in whatever hours necessary to make sure kids achieve.
Exactly.
We've got one of our students that's an achiever, and Ms. Brown, I'm glad that you could join us this afternoon. Tell me, how long have you been at Central Park? Were you here as a kindergartner?
Yeah.
You were? And who are your teachers from kindergarten, first, second, and third grade?
In kindergarten, I had Miss Kara. First, Miss Moss. Second, Miss Holland. And this year, I have Miss Suter.
Miss Suter. Were all those teachers really good teachers?
Yeah.
Were they? What makes a good teacher in your mind?
Well, that's a hard one. Probably just being nice.
So really having a good relationship with the kids is important. And do you think that, when you think of it besides the relationship, like learning math and how to read and write, has that been something that our teachers have done a good job with?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you understand that as a part of us winning this award, that we get to go to Washington, D.C.?
Yeah.
You've heard about that, huh?
But I want to come.
You want to go? Well, see, there's a possibility, right? We're going to have to talk to your parents and just see if that can be orchestrated. Would that be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Yeah, that would be pretty neat to have that honor. When you look at it this year in third grade, what's something new this year that you're doing that is pretty hard so far in the first 2 weeks of school?
Probably doing lots of writing, in 20 minutes.
So you really have to just get after it on writing, huh?
We have to zoom into a particular part.
Zoom into it, so you have to get very narrow in your focus. Very good. Well, I appreciate that you took part in this interview, and really, having all three of you ladies with me today is, I think, symbolic of what it takes. If we're missing something, it's that we don't have a parent with us right now, because I think that's the other element. Great kids, great parents, talented staff, and excellent leadership that we have at Central Park Elementary. And I'm very proud that I get to celebrate a little bit with the three of you anyway today. I'm very excited that I get to go to Washington, D.C.
Yes.
with Ms. Freeman. We're not sure about Ms. Brown yet. We've got to kind of work on that. But if there's a common message that I think comes out of Central Park and maybe for Bentonville schools in general that I'm proud of as your superintendent is, we met with the commissioner this summer, and one of the factors that he told us that he tells everyone that makes a difference in Bentonville schools, he says it's not about how much resources they have or even the types of special programs. He says that the biggest factor that makes this district great is that there's very high expectations for every kid, and that we believe that every kid can do wonderful things. And certainly that has played out at this school now for a number of years, year in, year out. I know that probably you get a little nervous every year getting ready to look at those scores, but they're always 95% or higher usually, and it's such a tribute. And I thank both of you, and I thank you for being with me today, Ms. Brown. And we'll finish this segment with a Minute with Mike with just a reminder that early voting starts next Tuesday on the 10th. Please get out and vote. On our millage question, we also have two board members that are up for one board member up for election it's a contested race. So please take part in looking at that issue and get out to vote next Tuesday. Early voting begins.